guys, in today's video we are going to be talking about couponing. Is it worth it? Is it worth your time? And I think many of you already know my answer. The answer to that is absolutely 1000% yes. But if you might have somebody in your life who's kind of skeptical, or they're like, what are you doing? Why are you always running out to the pharmacy first thing on Sunday morning? What are you doing with your life? Is it worth it? It's embarrassing. Pick up stamp collecting or watching baseball with me. You're wasting your life away. Hey, man, I've heard it all. Mostly people that don't understand the art of couponing are the people who have the strongest opinions, huh? I've heard it a lot in my life, and I'm just going to share a couple facts with you. And yeah, I've been doing this a long time, and I've been teaching couponing a really long time as well. And I think it's absolutely worth it. And you're here because you want to save money. I don't know what your financial situation might be. You might be recently lost a job. Possibly, you could be saving up for that first home, or you want to be debt free, Dave Ramsey style. And saving every penny is just absolutely the smartest way to go. And I know there's a lot of teenagers who watch me, and this is generation smart because they're learning this at the ground level. Can you imagine if I was couponing since I was a teenager, who I would be today? Wow, I can only imagine that. My mom's house would be filled to the brim, like right up to the rafters. So I really want to continue these sort of discussion videos at least once a week. If you have some sort of story with me that you want to share that I could share with my audience here on YouTube, please send it to this email, runningkimono@mail.com, and I will entertain it if it's worthy of a video. But a lot of you love these discussion types of videos, and today's topic is it worth it? Now, for the longest time, this is me every other day on my computer, putting together deals and such, because I'm a friggin' nerd and I'm obsessed with mathematics. And I think that really resonates in a lot of my deals. But for the most part, even before I had the YouTube, even before I was on Instagram, I was always trying to figure out deals on my own. And my husband would often be like, what are you doing with your life? Just pay for the toilet paper, pay for the paper towel, pay for whatever, and just call it a day. Like, why? Because he'd always see the time restriction of being in a store, clipping the coupons, looking at ads, and this would take a really long time. And one day we were on the couch and I was just like scrutinizing over stuff. And he was just on me about it because he doesn't coupon, and he doesn't fully understand the gist and the spectrum of how big this is, especially if you're trying to create your own authentic deals. And I told him, I said, people go to sporting events. You watch a lot of sci-fi, and I don't ever get on you about that. So this is my baseball. This is me going to the movies. This is my hobby. And at that point, he actually just let it go. And he's like, I never really thought of it that way. Because sometimes if you're out there chasing deals, chasing clearance events, doing whatever, a Sunday haul, a week haul. I mean, I used to haul every single day. And honestly, if I would put more effort into my shopping, I could haul every single day. But I don't, because it's altogether too much, and I don't have room in the house anymore. And that's kind of the bargaining I've done with my husband, that I will not, fill every nook and cranny of the home just because. And it's kind of like a deal that we have, and he will not get on my back if I bring home like 2 monsters a week, like big hauls. And you guys have seen my hauls before. So sometimes when you're living with somebody else, you have to negotiate that sort of stuff, and just always be mindful of that. However, if you're a single gal and you have your own apartment, or you have your own home with a garage and a lot of closet space, or a place to have your stockpile, I would say, hey, have at that. I would absolutely, have a room dedicated to your stockpile room. And if you're living home alone, you're the boss and CEO of everything. So I would totally invest and some shelves and make a beautiful stockpile room, because why not? This is your hobby and you want a place to put it all. If you are into extreme donating, you have a place to hold everything before a donation. Or if you wanted to gift it to family and friends, it's just an area to stage it all. Sometimes I do get into that snag of just having 100 bags on the floor, and then you have to put it all away. But it seems like the bags keep growing and growing and growing. But if you have nobody to answer to but yourself, make yourself a stockpile room. You can make one really inexpensive. And if you'll even live in a small apartment, you can hide everything in closets. So I would certainly do that. Now, back to the subject at hand, is couponing worth it? As you guys know, we're having an extensive bathroom remodel at our house. So lots of these like plumbers or electricians that have been coming through our house have been like, what is with your basement? Like, I've been getting a lot of that in the last 2-3 weeks. Sometimes when somebody who doesn't coupon kind of walks in and sees these hauls, their first opinion can be, whoa, or what? And the fact that you paid very little for it, that's when they're like, wait, what? How do you do that? Because for the most part, if some person who's new and doesn't really know me very well comes into our basement and looks around, they're just gobsmacked, like that jaw's right on the floor. And I always get, oh, you're one of those couponing people, or you must be like a doomsday prepper. I've had so many people in our home, electricians, carpenters, a plumber, and they've been in and out of my stockpile room in the last 2 weeks, and that's often the comment that comes out first, like, how do you get all this stuff? And I don't really get into the whole backstory of, oh, I have a YouTube channel and I do this and that, because it's really none of their business. I just say, hey, I buy stuff when it's on sale, and then they just leave it. But sometimes, you don't need to justify an entire bibliography of your life. If this is what you want to do and you want to keep it on the down low, it's probably the smartest way to go. So you don't have every single person, including your local plumber, saying, hey, can I have that Scott's? Can I have this? Can I have that? If you want to generously give, that's one thing. But if somebody just wants to like cherry pick your stuff, not acceptable. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. The stats are that if you spend an hour to really learn extreme couponing, you will save $100 down the road. There are so many principles to this hobby that you can just save a lot of money or shop for free. If you follow Natalie over at CVS, her channel, so much you can do with extra bucks. You can do so much with your bonus cash over at Rite Aid. Ravi's always showing that, and he is an example of that. That guy, I don't think he's opened up his wallet once in the last 2 years over at Rite Aid. He's a master at Rite Aid shopping. And, it's just 100 different ways to do it where you can get stuff so cheap. You guys saw that I hauled all those Bath and Body Works goods, and I think I paid just like $15 cash for all of it, and it was like $150 value. I mean, that's insane. So you can really, your savings will be big, and then you can turn that around and give very generously to family and friends. You can help somebody who's down on their luck, and you are the boss and CEO of all of those decisions. Another aspect of why I absolutely love couponing is I don't have to worry about the nickel and dime sort of stuff. So if I choose to go out and buy a $40 hair conditioner for my hair that's really long and really thick, and sometimes like the Pantene shampoo doesn't cut it, like I need a deep moisturizer, from one of these high-end companies, you buy something at Ulta and you just go home and cry. Before in the past, I don't think I would have spent $40 on a hair mask. But the fact that I coupon, the fact that I haven't spent money on toilet paper, paper towels, cleaners, that sort of stuff that we use in our household every day, along with the same principles that I use with my grocery shopping, I save a ton of money. I really haven't looked back where I have to nickel and dime myself and be like, well, I can't afford that because I have these bills to pay. There's a lot of freedom in this. And if you do it very smartly and you really pay attention to your bottom line, you will be saving a lot of money that you can put away to something else, paying off your mortgage, paying off your car, taking that trip somewhere. I mean, the beauty of couponing and why I am such a so proactive with this, and I think it's 1,000% worth it, is it gives you the freedom to really pursue your passion in life. If it's, doing whatever you want to do, because you're not worrying about being $5 to death where you have to pay for the paper towel, the detergent. I remember back in the day before I couponed, walking into Walgreens, and every time I would do that, it would be a cool $80 out the door on stuff that, I could probably get for free or cheap today. But I was paying like, $15, $18 for Cetaphil or Neutrogena or whatever. And then, I really wouldn't think much of it. And then today I just think of those hauls that I did, and, I would spend maybe like $160 or a month. And now I'm like, what was I doing and thinking? But it's just one of those sort of revelation sort of moments. And is couponing worth it? Absolutely. It gives you freedom to give generously, to have items in your household that you might have never been able to get without couponing, and just to have the freedom to help others as well. And it's not a financial pinch, and you're not being strangled by debt. because you're getting a lot of this stuff often for free with coupons and store promotions. Okay, guys, in the comments, I would love to hear your thoughts on this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.